everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing a Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to talk about summoning. Should you summon this weekend, or if you need to save for the other stuff that's coming? And just so you guys know, I will be doing a summoning party on a Friday, so that is 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. my time in Romania. So that is 1 p.m. UK, or, well, 7 hours difference starting EST. So make sure you go on into my Discord. You can double check your time here and see how it shows. It converts automatically based on where you live, but same time as I have done the past few rounds. And we will be doing our summons for Malrik and Arrogance, or whoever the hell else happens to be pulled. But yeah, do keep an eye. Some people are probably going to hold off for future banners, but we will do some summons on Friday either way. So please feel free to join us. I'd love to do your polls, and you can let me know in the Discord here on my server, which is linked as my community. Okay, so we have a new character, Malrik here, and well, he's really interesting. He does have two forms, this fire form or this frost form, but it does depend on how he's placed, whether he is granting his wizard's rune to another ally or not. So it's a little bit quirky, and it's all about his placement, his deployment, as far as which form that he will be using, right? He does have some really cool skills to be either AoE or single target, and I think it makes him pretty versatile. He has burning here, it makes him a great boss killer, or he applies Winter's Bite and does AoE damage, so he can really synergize well with teams of Esotericists, Cultists, or Northerners. So I feel like he's a perfect faction ally for Esotericists or Infernal. Also keep in mind, if you're building up some strong Esotericists, the next Lord coming is likely that Esotericist Lord, besides this week's banner. And the whole poison meta idea. And well, he is Esotericist, so he is going to align with them, or if you already have a Cyrus, that's a pretty solid one too. Just a really cool option. He's unique. And I definitely want a copy myself. But the hard part is keeping in mind what else is coming. So this is one of those situations where I feel like people might summon less just because we're all curious about the new poison meta. But this sounds great, and I will give a shout out to Prospector, who did a really cool video comparing like having a solid team in Abyss with A5, Sun Wukong, and Kagiri, and then the poison meta. And Numera had like just as much damage as an A5 Sun Wukong, but all of them were only at Awaken 0. Like, that sounds amazing and fun, and I'm really excited for something different. However, we're talking about a crew of all new heroes. Are you gonna get all 4 or 3 or whatever new heroes? 2 of them even right away? Probably not. So are you gonna be able to instantly make a poison explosion team with Numera? Probably not. So this is like one of those things where I don't think we obsess about what's coming too much, because it's not like a guaranteed limited event situation unless they surprise us with Numera or something becoming a limited, which I don't think they would have told us if that was the case. Well, I don't... And she's already on the Foreigner server. But I don't think we should always play the FOMO game. Personally, if there's a cool character that you want to get that's currently on a banner, just pull. Like, kidding not kidding. A character like this that's very versatile, like Talon as well. These are characters that could be insanely game-changing, especially for early accounts or accounts still progressing. He's good in multiple areas. That's one hero to build that takes one set of skill-up materials, one set of awakenings, one, like, versus 2 heroes that could fulfill both roles separately. Obviously, you can't always use the same hero for 2 roles in that moment, but it still saves your resources for building up a character. And another character that's really good as I sneeze my head off, is Arrogance. Arrogance is still a great hero and one of the best heroes you could get early on an account. Endgame, he can still hang, but can he hang in the highest levels of content? Unfortunately not. He's been power crept. But who has he been power crept by? Limited heroes. So if you don't have Sun Wukong and Gigiri, you're a newer player. You don't have Lust. Arrogance is still going to be one of the best in slot for a Nightmare team. Period. So even though content creators might be kind of down on a character like Arrogance that's older per se, he was arguably, him, Hatsut, Silas, like the best heroes in the game for the longest time. The pre-Praetus days, right? And even still, their values should not be negated. Just because there's other heroes out that are good doesn't mean they're now suddenly bad. I know power creep is real, but Arrogance on any team that doesn't have him, or any roster that doesn't have him, unless you're already ultra endgame, this is an amazing character to pull. And if either way, I mean, this banner is so good. So it also has Maul. If you're a newer account and you can get your Maul maxed out, he is huge for pushing Gear Raid 3. I pushed all the way through Gear Raid 321 with Maul taking my left side. No problem at all. Didn't need Nyx or Razak or any of that. Just used Maul. Nasande is a dispel hero. People forget about her as a dispel option. She has amazing range because when she is fully promoted, this gets a whole nother level if you have a Piercer Lord. So she has insane range and can cover some great ground if you're using a Piercer comp. And she also dispels debuffs, not just heals or does the attack speed stuff. She had like, I think, attack speed increase as well with all heroes in range, right? So she just has amazing value too. I mean, Nazim might be the, okay, whatever, we don't really care too much kind of hero, but who knows? He could get buffed and become amazing as well, or maybe the perfect team comes in where you need curse heroes or stunts. I don't know. He can be a stunner if you're needing some stuns in some low level content for like Titanic Ruins, but you're probably not going to use them overall. However, the rest of it is all really solid. So I think, should you summon if you're a newer account? Yes. Mid-game, still progressing, and you don't have Arrogance, and you like the sound of Malrik? Absolutely. I do have a collab with Corey where we take a look at his kit in fuller details. And Corey said he's going to do a follow-up video to that. So if he does, I will link both videos in the description of this because we are talking about Malrik here. It's something to keep in mind. But Malrik just seems so interesting. I love the sound of his versatility. And I love just either form of him sound really great. I think the synergy that they've been creating with Winter's Bite and the Esotericists, the Cultists, and the Northerners all synergizing very well together is pretty cool. They've introduced a lot of characters that have kits that can benefit from each other. So even though we know there's a new synergy of the poison meta coming, it's not here yet. Could it be here next week? Maybe. Could it be here next month? Maybe. So I think it's not about waiting unless we have certainties on something that, you know, it's also just, do you want this character? If you do, just pull for him. Simple as that. I think he's cool. I definitely know he can help you progress in a lot of areas of the game because of both type styles for his kit. And I don't think anyone's going to be sad to pull him. You can definitely see some other people's content actually playtesting him as well. There are some videos out because people have him on the test server. So there's a little bit to compare if before you make your decision. Make your decisions wisely there. But yeah, I say summon, don't stress the poison meta. But if you really are interested in that whole poison meta coming, then yeah, and you have the patience, or maybe you're broke on resources right now anyway, so maybe it is the time to save. If you don't have that much and you're not really stressing Malrik, the good reality is he's gonna be on the normal banners after. you can always get him in the future. Or a nascent banner if they do one of those again. You could probably get him if you have most of the heroes in the game really missing a few. He might be the one you pull in the future. So roll with whatever you feel like you are more excited about. Do you like our mage here? Or are you really, really interested in the poison heroes? Save for whichever one you prefer. And then if you already have an Arrogance A5, maybe it's time not to pull for this banner because that would hurt to do a bunch of pulls and only get Arrogance once or twice. And then next week pops Numera and you're like, God damn it. That could very well happen. But for me, I think I'm going to risk it and try to get a copy of Malrik this week, but not go crazy. And if I get Arrogance, I might just admit defeat. But not because he's bad and not because I don't want him, but because I already have him fully awakened to 5, which Arrogance from Awaken 4 to Awaken 5 is just a massive boost. It's this 100% extra damage on the first 5 attacks in Berserker stance. This is huge damage increase. I guess the other banner we should talk about is this. So we know Eunomia got a lovely new skin, which is absolutely beautiful. This might be my new favorite skin in the game. I thought the Twyla skin was, but this is just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. It's glowing. It's vibrant. She looks gorgeous. She looks sexy. She's still got lots of jiggle physics. Okay. That might be my new favorite skin. Oh my god. And Solcadens has risen up in his ranks. He's already been a beast for basic Drake's Chasm and any Infernal team, but now he's just one of the top tier options for Abyss 1. And he himself is kind of the key. Pair him with Lord Phineas, and you're gonna be good to go. So I don't think you should be mad to pull for a Solcadens either. And Solcadens is one of those heroes like Twin Fiend, both of them. You really want them Awaken 1, or you don't get the vulnerability. Big version too. It's a nice 25%, so he needs an awakening. But we also know, back on that other hero, that Nastia's coming as a new Esotericist Lord with the poison meta. So you just have to decide if you don't have a Solcadens, you might want that Infernal team for pushing some content. But maybe you'd rather try the poison meta and you're gonna ditch the idea of the Infernal team trying to get Solcadens and Lord Phineas. Well, they're coming. So it's also a matter of patience, right? Are you willing to hold out your summons for Ancients until this Lord comes so you can get her? Are you willing to go all in until you get a copy or two? Are you willing to go all in until you get a copy or two of Numera? And maybe a copy of Vorn as well, at least? Or the Epic? Or you're going to play with the Epics plus Numera? Like, you have to be mindful of what you're willing to do. Because let's say you don't have Solcadens, or you have one A1, but you really want one more copy. And you already have a Lord Phineas that's like, at least, like, what? Awaken 1, Awaken 3. And you have a Hex that's like A3 or A5. And you have all these great Infernal people, but you've been missing Solcadens. He is just going to make things so much easier. So I think at the end of the day, you have to kind of decide which team is going to synergize best, also based on what's currently on your roster. And we don't want to always stress about what's coming when we don't know when it's coming. So it could be next week and then you have regret, but that's just, I guess that's the real test. If you pull right now and then next week is the poison heroes, are you going to be upset? If so, then don't pull this week. Be patient. I guess that's the best answer, honestly. Is try to be patient if you really are obsessed with this poison idea, like a lot of people are really interested in them. I am too. They seem really cool. But that's a whole new set of heroes to not to just level up and promote. We know that's easy. But do you have skill books to max everybody out? skill crystals? Everybody. Probably not. I sure don't. Do you have like tools or the ability of resources to get all the awakenings you'd want to get on those heroes? Probably not. So maybe the idea of the poison meta is more the long game for most of us. If you're not willing to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to get a ton of summons to make sure you get multiple copies, and then you have a ton of resources to grind all the events, you're gonna be taking a while to get these heroes fully built anyway. So maybe it's better to just focus on a comp that you can currently get closer to completing versus chasing something that hasn't even begun yet. That's another way to look at it. So I hope this conversation was helpful, guys. Oh, final shot on Eunomia as a character, I should probably say, is she does give you some dispelling, so she can also be very helpful in Titanic Ruins as well. So this is a little Titanic Ruins banner and weekend, apparently. This is just a little bit of everything banner. I don't even know, but a great set of banners this weekend. Just the wait, it's a trap or save for what's coming is going to be in the back of people's heads because of the new poison heroes that are on the horizon, which sound like they have an interesting bit of potential. But all right, yeah, for real now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you're going to do in the comments below.